Yo, we look, it's here. Okay. Uh we I've gotten so much support since we launched on April the 4th. It's been insane. We did the cover, we posted the cover online, and I've gotten so much feedback. People love the cover, they love the appearance. This is horror genre. It is speculative, paranormal, military thriller. It is just a phenomenal, well-paced read, and really, I went for the chill factor. So to have that a type of novel that kind of sticks with you after you're finished reading it, and it plays into your regular life a little bit. So this is a sticky novel. Read it at your own will, but I do encourage you to read Animalevolence by myself. Thank you to Alien Buddha Press. Phenomenal work on this novel. So I owe you guys for all your support so far. I owe you guys. And so again, you've seen the novel, you see it now in person. That's beautiful. The color, I mean, it is really a beautiful piece of work. But the thing I owe for you guys is a reading. So I'm going to read a passage so you can get a feel for the writing and the writing style here. So we'll jump right in. All right. Animalevolence by Saint Baker. I hung up and called for a driver to pick me up because I knew this phone number by heart. The man looked ahead into the kitchen while a cabinet closed behind me. I rotated my chin to my shoulder. Don't get worried. What you hear is just my wife, Mal. A lady with blonde hair came over and dropped in his lap. She wore a morning robe, and her wet hair dangled over her face as if the man hand-forked and held high a wad of ramen noodles. Can I get you a drink or something to eat? She asked. I shook my head. No, thank you. I responded in the direction of her feet, attractive feet with high arches, consistent toes, and polish. Well, I'm hungry, James. I tried to make out her face because her hair was all over the place. Mallory, get off my legs before they go numb. I don't weigh that much. Some people think this is sexy. Some people eat bath salts. James shoved her to the ground. So you know we aren't some people, right? I popped out of my seat to offer her a hand, and at first she took my hand gently and then hoikied tug-of-war style until I fell onto her. What are you doing to my wife? James laughed. I resisted, but she grabbed my shirt near the collar with a force that tore a great hole when I pulled away. Why did you do that when I'm just trying to help you? Don't yell at Mal like that. James stood up with his gun drawn. I made a break for the door, and as I snatched it open, I turned back to find where I had my bag. Close the door before more bugs get to my house, James laughed. Mal stood with an open robe that revealed a centipede-shaped scar that ran from the throat to the privates. What haunted me was the absence of a belly button and the way something spherical rolled inside of her stomach as if a baby were kicking. She suddenly moved at high speed and charged toward me with louder stomps than I imagined after looking at her feet and perceiving they might be soft. My torn shirt caught me in the doorknob. James laughed and pointed his gun in my direction while Mallory approached me with footsteps so heavy on the wooden floor that the vase by the door fell and crashed into porcelain shards. My grandmother's vase, she said. I knelt and picked up a 5-inch shard that I held firmly, the sharp end toward her. Here, I'll give you the vase. She slowed until she stopped. She carefully fastened her robe closed and the scar on her throat disappeared. I'll get a broom to clean this mess up. James asked me to move her vase from there. I unhooked my shirt from the knob as she walked toward the kitchen, the tack forgotten. I tossed the shard with the other broken pieces as I ventured to the couch where I had set my bag. James was seated with his gun holstered, the tack forgotten. You can wait here for your ride. I studied him while I inched my way down to the couch until Mallory closed a cabinet in the kitchen. Hell no, James, I said. The driver found me a few blocks from the house when he drove through the neighborhood. He was a black man in his mid-30s. He had a gap between his teeth, a stubborn shadow of facial hair, and some gray in his twisted hair. He held the scent of wood and spice, a good cologne. I climbed into the back seat. Going to my brother's place. I gave him the address.